Aha, there we go. All right, let me hit record on this thing so we can make something wonderful happen. And hi, you guys. I know you can hear me, but you can't see anything, right? Yep, y'all know how I do. Hi, everybody. Welcome in. It's your girl, Tawani Yvette. I'm only on YouTube today, all right? I might go on some other platforms later, but right now I'm just on YouTube. But I'm going to check this on my monitor to see how everything is going because I don't have a clue. Yes, we are streaming. We are streaming. Let me put my chat in front of me just in case I get some people coming in and they want to talk to me. I need to see this. Awesome sauce. Wonderful. Okay, so today we're doing something a little bit different on Everyday with Twana Ray. Okay. I wrote an ebook. Well, actually, I have several ebooks, and if I can, I will show you guys all the ebooks, what I've been working on, and all that kind of stuff. It's really cool. But I have, let me go into my studio really quick. I have some ebooks that I've been working on, and this one, Money Moves, is the latest one, and I am intrigued by even the information that I put into Money Moves because it's just amazing. I absolutely love it. I think it's one of the best things that I have put together, and the reason I say that is because I can't see the live stream in the studio. That's strange. The reason I say that is because I actually, sorry Tabitha, I was watching Tabitha's takeover. I was watching Tabitha's takeover before I got on here. But when you look at all of the information that you have put together over the years, right? It's astonishing. It's amazing. It's like, I can't believe, I have all of this information and I gathered all of it. Like, I've been busy over the years. I've been super busy, right? And so, as I look at, all of the stuff that I, put together, I was just like amazed. I was astonished. And I said, I've got, to tell people about this. I have to, because there's absolutely no way that anybody is going to believe this information, right? So okay, that's what I thought. I had a couple of live streams that were scheduled. This one is actually going. We've got 3 people in the live so far. Thank you for the thumbs up. I appreciate that so much. Thank you. So I did a Q&A on my last live stream for Miss Rising Star. She's the coolest ever. She asked me, about my passions and, what I was passionate about and all this stuff. And I was like, well, she's going to school for her doctorate degree. I told you guys that in the last live stream. She's going for her doctorate degree. And I was like, that's amazing that you're going for your doctorate degree to school. Like, that's, amazing. And all I said was, it's going to be a lot of work. It's going to be a lot of hard work. Getting your doctorate degree takes years. I just turned 54 on July the 9th. So I did my theology doctorate years ago. And now I'm back in Bible school because I wanted to really hone in on the, Christian lifestyle versus Christianity as a religion. And so there's a lot of controversy with that topic. And I think, in answering her questions, I was like, knowledge is, my, I don't know. It's like my thing. Like I love it, and I love learning stuff, and I love teaching other people. And some of the things that I actually teach people, would you believe they would have to go to college to actually learn this stuff? Like, you know, learning how to, set up websites, and learning how to um, make money online, learning how to do things on the internet, normal things, or things that we consider normal. If you're on the internet, if you're on your laptop, all day, every day, like myself, then if right? So we're gonna talk about these money moves, because we got to get this. We got to get it in, right? And like I said, this is like my new passion. I don't know what happened to me. I literally have no idea. I mean, I literally just started writing one day, and went off the deep end. Went off the deep end writing this stuff, and it just turned into a career. At the end of the day, I now have a store. I have a digital store. Didn't start off, like that. I didn't start off wanting a digital store, you guys. My question is, how do you get subscribers? Cheryl, how do you get subscribers on YouTube? That is a good question, and that is a money moves question. I'm going to tell you how I did it, because everything that I write is from personal experience, Cheryl. Everything is from personal experience. I used to subscribe to, TubeBuddy and, vidIQ and all this kind of stuff, and none of it worked. What happened is, it was like a fluke one day. I was on Instagram, believe it or not, and I was listening to this lady that I used to watch on the OWN network, Sweetie Pies. Sweetie Pie, do you remember that show? Did you ever watch that show, Sweetie Pies? Tim Norman was the owner's son. I can't remember that lady's name right now, but it'll come to me. Anyway, she was having an argument with her soon-to-be daughter-in-law, right? And I screen recorded it, and I put it up on, YouTube with my commentary. And I was telling people that, I caught this argument. You guys aren't going to believe it. I have my screenshots and all this kind of stuff, and I put up there. Would you believe that 30 days after, 1 month after, yes, from St. Louis, 30 days after that, that's when Tim got arrested? Miss Robbie, thank you. That is her name, from Sweetie Pies. Tim got arrested 30 days after that. And because I caught the beginning of the argument, beginning of the fight, people are already invested. They said, you got any updates? What's going on with, Miss Robbie and, Tim's girlfriend, blah, 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 blah. I said, I don't know, but Tim's just been arrested. It just so happened that nobody else on the internet was really talking about this yet. So people started flocking to my channel. I kid you not, I had just got monetized. I barely had 15K subscribers. Literally, I'm not kidding. It seemed like a flood, a ton of people started coming in, because every day there was an update. And then somebody told me, you need to get a pacer. I didn't know what a pacer was. So I looked on Google. We Google everything, right? I looked on Google. I got a pacer, and I was able to look at Tim's arrest chart, his arrest records. So I kept making videos about Tim Norman and about Sweetie Pies, and I kept answering the audience. The audience was saying, are they going to go out of business? Is Miss Robbie supporting Tim? Whatever they asked, I would look it up. They were literally feeding me content, because I found this hot topic. The topic happened to be Tim Norman gets arrested, because, he was thought to have tried to unalive his nephew, right? And so Everybody was saying, well, he's the mastermind, he set it up and blah, 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 blah. You know the story. I have a whole file case on this particular, case of, Tim Norman and Sweetie Pies and Miss Robbie and the whole thing. And it all started with, a fight that happened on Instagram. And that was the first time that I blew up. And I got thousands of subscribers because people were invested. And this went on for 2 years. For 2 years, this went on. When are they going to arrest this man? I was a beauty channel. Listen, I was just talking about this while I was playing in makeup. I was a beauty channel. I was not doing any of this. I was not podcasting. I was not doing any of this. If you look at my old videos, you'll see me putting on makeup. You'll see me doing master classes. Like, that was my dream, was to be a beauty influencer. That's how you started watching. I'm playing in makeup. I'm going on, shopping trips, and, I'm doing hauls. You know what I'm saying? Like, how did I get invested in Tim Norman? And now I'm, sitting here teaching people, what happened? Like, how did I do this? Well, Tim Norman grew into other stories because, I got to thinking, when Tim is arrested and he's, locked up, when the verdict comes in, what am I going to do? I don't have anything else to talk about. So, Roberto Blake said, you need to find another hot topic quick. Before the verdict comes in, you need to find another hot topic quick, or else, So I started doing these little stories, and they would get hundreds of views in every day. Kelly Price, started tripping on the internet. So I was following Kelly Price. And then the Brat and Judy, they were, going through their little stuff or whatever with, trying to have a baby and this and that. So, it was like every little, but nothing seemed to be as big as the Tim Norman thing. And so for a minute I fell off. And then when I came back, people were like, where have you been? I said, y'all are asking for me? And they were like, yeah, we don't care what at this point, they don't care what I post. They just want to watch the videos. Because it wasn't, 50% of the people, it wasn't about the content at that point. It was about, I like this girl, I like this chick. I can sit and listen to her while I wash the dishes, or while I do the laundry, or while I take care of the kids, while I'm cooking dinner, But you have to, put your, stamp out there. So even though my dream was to be, a beauty influencer, God had other plans for me. He said, you're going to do this story, you're going to blow up, you're going to make your money. My first check from Tim Norman was $1,700, and it went up from there. I think my first YouTube check may have been like 100 and something, like maybe like $103 or something like that. And then every check after that, would get like a little bit more, a little bit more, a little bit more. And I think before I did the Tim Norman, my biggest check was like $700, which I thought was amazing because I didn't see myself making over, $200 a month on YouTube, with the views that I was getting. But then after that, I started making, like $1,700, $2,000, $2,400, like, it just kept going up because of the Tim Norman story. So for like a couple of years, I was making over $1,000 a month, which was great extra money. That's bill paying money. You know what I'm saying? That's like, I could do some extra stuff if I want to, if I want to, do some work on my car, if I wanted to change the floors in my house, if I wanted to, you know what I'm saying, like, take my grandchildren on a shopping spree, whatever. Like, I can, I have the extra money to do that. If I want to, stack my money up in the, my savings account, like, that's some great extra money. So making $1,000, $2,000, $3,000 a month extra is like pretty cool. And so that's how I got my subscribers. I found that hot topic, and it wasn't about, what all the gurus say. It wasn't about, riding the wave of, what's hot right now. And, it wasn't about any of that. I happened to, see Miss Robbie on Instagram, and I loved the show. Like, literally, it's like going to church every Sunday. I never missed an episode. Like, I can literally tell you every episode of Sweetie Pies to this day because I was invested. I was invested. I remember the day that Tim Norman got out of prison and came to work, and he got into a fight with almost everybody at that restaurant because he thought he was the boss. I remember Tim, getting in trouble, getting sued by Miss Robbie because he kept opening up restaurants in Miss Robbie's name using the Sweetie Pies logo. I remember all this stuff. I remember them making sweet tea and lemonade to sell. I remember them talking about the cookbook. I remember him trying to be a rapper. Like, there's nothing about Sweetie Pies that I don't know. And so I think it was because of my knowledge. When I went live, it was like I didn't have to look up a whole bunch of stuff. I was talking about something I know about this subject. I know about this. I can tell you where to go to find this and that video. I have screenshots. I have records. Like, people like that when they tune into your videos or your live streams and you look like you know what you're talking about. You may be a beginner, but if you look like somebody, Sunny Lernaducci, look her up, you guys, on YouTube. Sunny Lernaducci. She's a white lady with beautiful curly hair, and she used to teach YouTube and internet strategy all the time. And she talks about money and making money online just like I do in 2025. So her strategy and everything kind of changed a little bit, but still comes back to YouTube strategy every now and then. But Sunny Lernaducci said this. She said, show up like you're already the boss. That's the whole trick to YouTube. You don't have to do that on any other platform. I kid you not. You see people making a mess with their makeup on Instagram. You see people doing the stupidest stuff on TikTok. You see, crazy stuff all over the internet. But when you come to YouTube, people come to YouTube and they search stuff because they're like, this is where the experts live. I'm searching YouTube like I'm searching Google because I use YouTube as a search engine. And when I'm looking for these videos, I'm expecting somebody who knows what they're talking about. So Sunny said, and it stuck with me to this day, show up like you're already the boss. Be prepared in these videos. Shake off the nerves, drink your Red Bull if you have to, whatever you got to do. You know what I'm saying? Pray about it, do some yoga, do whatever you got to do, but show up like you're already the boss. And when you hit that camera, whether you're faceless or whether you're, shooting a video, or whether you're live like I am, be that boss. Own that camera, own that microphone, and, watch people, watch you. They'll come and they'll be like, I like her personality. I like the way she delivers a story. I think my biggest compliments out of everything, and again, y'all, remember, I wanted to be a makeup guru. I wanted to be, because my background is in cosmetology. So, of course, I wanted to play in makeup. My biggest compliments ever, I have gotten compliments on my makeup, but my biggest compliments ever, I like your voice and you are a good storyteller. And that changed the way I looked at YouTube, because now I know what people like. I know what the people like. They like good audio. They like stuff they can listen to. That's why podcasting is blowing up on YouTube right now. Podcasting right now is taking a rise bigger than shorts. A lot of younger people, a lot of kids. My oldest granddaughter is like 9 years old. My youngest granddaughter is 4. And they watch YouTube shorts all the time because they're too young to have TikTok. So the younger kids at her school call it YouTube TikTok. That's what they call it, because and then they'll run across one of my videos and go, that's my grandma. Yeah. Yes, I've been on YouTube, for a few years. And so, that's what the thing is. But my friend's question about what's your passion kind of woke this up in me. So here, I've been getting my latest subscribers to this is the second part to answer your question, by what my passion is now. In 2025, I'm passionate about digital products, and I have a digital store. One of my friends told me about PayHip, so I went to PayHip, and I'm going to see if I can add a source on here so I can show you guys my my screen. How do I do this? do I do window capture or display capture? I think it's window. Is it? No, it's not window capture. It's display capture. I'm using OBS, you guys. If you guys haven't tried OBS, it's amazing for your live streaming. It really is. It's amazing. We're going to use the primary monitor, automatic, Windows. I'm going to go over here and I'm going to open up my PayHip really quick so you guys can see what I'm talking about. And I'm going to show you the store. And I literally love it. Select a display. I'm trying, if you let me. You guys can see that? That's dope. You guys can see that. That's so dope. Shut the front door and lock it. Is it doing it? Let me see if it's gonna do it. Let me go back and see if it's gonna do it. Shut up. Let me see. I'm looking at the screen right now to see if it's gonna go back because I didn't know you guys could. All right, let's see. Monitor is slow. Okay, there we go. Okay, so this is PayHip, you guys. If you have not known about PayHip, and I am totally off script. I have like abandoned my script. I have abandoned my script. Like, my tablet is just, just shining bright like, girl. But anyway, promote your products. Now, the reason I chose PayHip for my digital products, you guys, is because it's free. There are some things that you can upgrade, but for the most part, it's free, right? So it's the 17th. I haven't made any sales, as you can see, because it's my birthday month, and I haven't really been promoting. But I did promote today. I promoted today. I got 152 views, okay? The people that will view this will come back to purchase. Today's Thursday, right? Tomorrow is payday. So Friday and Saturday, they will come back to this. They will hit the purchase, and they will purchase this, and they will purchase more things. I get more sales on the weekend, right? And this thing regenerates per month. So you have a store, and the store will look like this. So launch your store, build your store. You can put blog posts on your store. You can put all the things, and it only takes a couple of minutes, right? Your products, it's so easy. It took me, ooh, look, I got more views just that quick. It literally took me 3 minutes to post Money Moves up on the, hey Kenneth, it took me 3 minutes flat. After I was done writing the ebook, which is only 9 pages, it's no fluff, no nothing. It's literally how to use your phone to make money. I put this in there, gave it a title, gave it a description, gave it a price, hit, finish, boom, it's in the store. It's published. Other things in here, and I was able to categorize my stuff. I have a beauty bundle in here. I have a beginner guide to YouTube in here for $10. I have, how to do your makeup in here. I have how to do your content schedule in here. I have a ministry book in here to where I teach you how to set up your music ministry. I have a novel in here. I have a life coaching certification in here. I have an MUA certification in here. So I have a lot of things in here, and this is all stuff that I've worked on this year, right? If you are an expert in anything, I don't care if it's braids, I don't care if it's, how to do your nails at home, I don't care what it is. I don't care if it's how to take care of your dog. If you're a first-time puppy owner, how to take care of your, dog. I don't care what it is. You can make a digital product. You can write a book. You can, get, visuals from the internet, or you can make your own visuals with AI and, go for it. The only pictures on here that I generated myself is, if it's my face. But yeah, I use Canva to make my visuals. All of my visuals, all of my little, drawings, doodads, and stuff like that, I use Canva and AI because I don't draw. You know what I'm saying? I have a children's book that I'm going to publish. I wrote years ago, and I thought that would make a great ebook. It's not very long, but it's really cute. And kids are, at a digital age right now. They love the computer. So what happens is you open up the book. You guys are on your tablet or on your phone. They're looking at all the pretty little girls. You're reading to your daughter a bedtime story. Mommy says, this, that, brush your teeth, this, that, blah, blah, blah. Really cute idea for a digital product. And you can put this stuff on your YouTube channel as a whole video, or you can support your own channel with this and say, hey, today's video is sponsored by me. I'm the sponsor of this video. Or you could say, like Michelle McDonald says, today's video is sponsored by you. When you go and you purchase one of my products, you're sponsoring this video. So thank you in advance for sponsoring today's video. You get what I'm saying? So, and look at the views keep popping up. The views keep going up because people are always looking at digital products all the time. PayHip also has something really neat. They have a place where you can market. It's called the marketplace, and you can literally go in here and put your stuff if you want to. They don't make you do anything. But you can put your stuff in there. And FYI, I am not sponsored by PayHip on this live stream or anything. I'm just sharing with you what I use. This is what I use for my digital products. I actually thought about last night, I am going to get some affiliates for my store because I have enough products in my store now to where I can do that. So it says sign up your affiliates with this link. I'm going to put that link on my link tree. I'm going to put it up in my website, and then so people can sign up to be an affiliate and make money. So if you sell one of my digital products, you get a commission off of it, because that's what business owners do, so you don't have to do all the work yourself. You can give other people an opportunity to make a side hustle, but to look at the store, to see the store. This is what my store looks like online. So this is Twana Printables, right? And like I said, I made all the pictures on Canva. So it was real easy to make all of them on Canva. Real simple, real easy. If you've ever used Canva to make a thumbnail, then you know how easy it is. So these are all of my digital products. Everything that I have in here is digital product. And when you go in, like the beginner's guide to YouTube, click on that beginner's guide to YouTube. It opens up. It tells you how much it is. You can add it to the cart, or you can buy now, or you can add it to your wish list. A beginner's guide, success with YouTube. Tips straight from the crazy mastermind of Twana Yvette. That's me. Written by who? Me. So I used AI to help me create a little thingy over here, a description of what I wanted the book to say, and then at the bottom, PayHip does this for you. You may also like the content schedule template. So if you have problems scheduling your videos, I just pretty much showed you what I do. This is what I do, to schedule myself. I don't follow anybody else's trends. I don't follow anybody else's rules because it just doesn't work for me. It literally doesn't work for me. So everything that I write, everything that I put out in a digital product is from personal experience. And I guess I've been on YouTube now for 6 years. It's 2025. It's still working for me. And I have a lot of crazy different social media outlets that I use that are totally different from others. I do have the basics, but another thing that I use just to promote myself. Because one thing you have to do, another way that you will definitely get subscribers, you have to promote your channel. And I don't mean telling your friends and family, like, you have an Avon store online or whatever. No. Um, why do you do this to me like every time? Just log in. Sometimes Linktree gets on my nerves, right? So, anywho, um, Linktree, I've been using Linktree for 3 years, and this is like my digital calling card. It's like I don't even buy um, what do you call those business cards anymore? I use Linktree, and I'm like, "What's your phone number?" Or what's your Facebook or what's your Instagram? And I'll just send the link. I'll send the link, and people, you can go to my Linktree, and everything that I offer is in my Linktree. I have my wish list for holidays and birthdays. 17 clicks today. Ebooks and printables, 8 clicks here today, but people were going straight to PayHip today, so I didn't have to worry about that. But 8 people came over here to click that. My email list, my website, leave me a testimonial, request a video idea, my Patreon, which is brand new, um, my other YouTube channel, Waveful, which is a new and improved social media outlet. So if you want to join me on Waveful and make some money, there you go. And then I was tinkering with the idea of using C2. And I think I'm about to throw that idea out. Let me show you how easy this is. Let me show you how easy it is. You can delete or you can archive. Delete it, because I deleted the account, right? So I'm editing right before you. I tried Nikki Live. It didn't work. And if something doesn't work, I'm honest about it. You'll get an honest review. I will tell you, hey, this didn't work for me. Fun Social is brand spanking new, so I'm not getting rid of it just yet. Waveful came out last year, so I'm not getting rid of it just yet. I've already gotten 155 followers on Waveful, so it's growing pretty fast. It is different. And with Waveful, they don't use hashtags. So that's something that I like about Waveful. I post on Waveful more because I don't have to worry about what hashtags are going to, get me caught up in the algorithm and all that kind of stuff. They use islands, what they call islands. So you pick the island, you post in the island, and then, whoever's, on the island, sees your post, and then they can go to your island or whatever, and then they can see you or whatever, something like that, if I'm explaining it the right way. But I love Waveful. I think it's pretty. I think it's simple, and I'm gaining new subscribers on Waveful. That's the whole point, finding something new, because even though I have all of the regulars up here. You see me. I have all the regular stuff up here. I have my links. I have my shop. I've got Amazon. I've got all the things. We've got YouTube. We've got Patreon. We've got my website. We've got Facebook. We've got all the things, right? The problem with that is these people have already seen my stuff. And if people are not following you, and if you don't use the right hashtags, the same people are gonna see your stuff over and over and over. So it's kind of like, it's fun for friends and family, but I'm not famous. I'm not Will Smith. So nobody really knows me out there unless you are getting a word of mouth, or unless you are picking the right hashtags, or unless you're a train wreck. Kid you not, unless you're a train wreck, people are not looking, for you. So you've got to do something out of the norm. So how did I get my last 200 subscribers? I thought outside of the box, and I started doing a search on AI with, what's the name of that AI? Gemini. Let me show you. If you are an Android user or a Google user, Gemini is something that came out a few months ago, or at least I found out about a couple months ago. It is by Google, right? Gemini is AI. It's completely free. You can upgrade it, but I've never found a reason to upgrade it. But you can ask it anything, just like Chat GPT. You can ask it anything, and it answers all of your questions. So I wanted to know, like, let me ask a question. What are the hottest social? No, let's say what are the newest social media platforms that came out this year. All right, I'm going to ask Gemini about the newest social media platforms. Monet Social, Spill, Sunroom, No Place, AirChat, Red Note, Lemonade, Fizz Social, Blue Sky. Okay, so I have Blue Sky. I posted for the first time today. Got hundreds of, people. I don't know about any of these other, places or whatever. I don't know. Oh, I do know what Spill is. Spill is a culture centered. So if you are a person of color, Spill is made for you. It's kind of like Threads. That's what Spill is, right? So Monet Social, still in the early stages. It's gained a reputation platform for digital artists and experimental creators, especially those interested in crypto. I'm not interested in crypto. And then the Sunroom platform is carving out a niche as a safer, intentional space for women and non-binary creators to monetize content without compromising boundaries. Okay, so each one of these is a niche. Then you've got No Place, which is for Gen Z. Then you've got Aircraft. Okay, Push to Talk. It's all voice. Okay. Let me ask it something else. What about platforms that would be great to advertise my YouTube channel? All right, let's see what it says about your YouTube channel. It's gonna say short form video powerhouse. TikTok, Instagram Reels, YouTube Shorts, Instagram, Pinterest, which I did post on Pinterest yesterday, Lemon 8. I didn't really care for Lemon 8. Red Note, I instantly got rid of. I had Red Note for like 12 hours, and then I got a bad feeling about it, and I got off of it. X, which is formerly Twitter, Blue Sky, which I have, Threads, which I have, Reddit, which I have, professional niche platforms, LinkedIn, Substack. I don't have Substack anymore. It just wasn't interesting to me. I'm not really into like politics and stuff like that, and I wasn't interested in doing a podcast or a blog on Substack, so I got rid of it. And then it gives you key strategies for promoting your YouTube channel across platforms. Look at that. What other search engine do you know gives you this, right? So you can repurpose your content. You can do a CTA, which is a call to action. Always tell people to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Okay? Engage your audience. Respond to comments. Ask questions. Build a community around your content, each platform. What does that mean? That means if I'm not asking you to do something or telling you to do something in my videos or my posts, it's kind of useless. I want you to talk back to me. I want you to say something to me. I want you to answer my questions. I want to, build a community. So if I'm talking to you and you're talking back to me and then I reply back to you, we're holding a conversation over the internet, and you're more likely to come back because I'm giving you some attention. I'm talking to you. I'm paying attention to you. I'm not just looking at your comment and then keep scrolling. Like, I really want to hone in on making you one of my people. You know what I mean? And that's what it's all about, especially on YouTube, right? So cross promote. Mention your other social media handles in your YouTube videos as well. Understand each platform's algorithm. Okay, so here's what if I'm brand new? What if I am brand new and I have no subscribers? Or the reason I can do this on Gemini is because we're having a conversation now. Gemini's not going to forget what you just said. So you don't have to start over just like you're in a search engine. You know what I'm saying? Like it actually remembers what you're saying, right? So Gemini is a little bit different. So it says establish your foundation before you even promote heavily, define your niche, plan your first few videos, optimize your YouTube channel, which is channel art, or your, icon, or your logo, make a channel trailer if you want to. I never did, but you can. Your about section, make sure that your about section has something in it. It's 2025. Use AI if you can't think of anything. Describe yourself to AI, or describe your content to AI. And